Hey there, Robbie Susan Chandler here from RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. Today I want to share this beautiful card with you, made with the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper, and also the dies from Wildflower Designs, and that would be these dies here. So the way this card works, it's called I call it a flat fold. So here's the flap, and this flap's open, this opens up, and then here's your sentiment for the inside. So fold and fold. So this is really a very easy card to make. So one highlight of this is the way this sentiment here floats, looks like it's floating. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's take a look at the measurements, the pieces, parts, paper, everything we need for this card. Alright, we're going to start with a piece of thick basic black, and I always like to use the thick because it just is more substantial and looks better. And this one is 5.5, well 5.5 this way, 7 1/4 this way, not all the way to the 8 1/2 like we normally do. So I cut off 1 1/4 inches. So this is also scored at 1 1/4 right here like we normally do. So 5.5 by 7 1/4, scored at 4 1/4. We'll also need a piece of Petunia Pop, and this one's 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. And then on top of that, we'll be putting this piece of Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper that's 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to fit right on top of that. Now let me show you that pack of paper. Here's some of the different designs in it. Like I said, it's called Unbounded Beauty. And also the butterfly on the front of this card, this one was cut from this paper right here to give it a little more interest. So that's the Designer Series paper we're going to use. And also we'll be using this pack of paper. See how glittery and shiny. This is called the 2024-26 in color glimmer paper, and it has all the in colors. Open it real quick to show you. It has all the in colors in it in a glimmer form. So here's your Petunia Pop, your Peach Pie, Pretty Pink. This one is Shy Shamrock, and here's Summer Splash. Aren't these beautiful? Just love glimmer paper anyway. So that piece that we cut is 1 inch by 5 1/4, and then underneath it we have a piece of Petunia Pop that's 1 1/8 by 5 3/8, and these two just layer on top. But what I did to this piece before I layered it, I embossed it with this dashing design. And if you can look, there's not a whole lot of difference, but to me it just gives it a little more interest. Here's the one that's been embossed, and here's the one that has not been. But see, you can kind of faintly pick up that design there. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The inside I stamped with sketch butterflies. That was a little butterfly that I used. Well, we'll look at this one that I used down here. And then my sentiment here, and I stamped this in Peach Pie. And then my sentiment, Have a Lovely Day, came from Flower Cart, and it's stamped in Summer Splash. And I'll show you where this piece came from. So here I've already adhered these two pieces together and put them on the front of my card, and have stamped my inside. Now one piece that we'll need for our little flap here is a white piece, and it's cut with this die, and the sentiment is from Simply Said, and I used this one, Birthday Wishes, and I stamped it in Petunia Pop in this color. So we've cut this one out, we've stamped it, and then we'll also be using this with our flat part, this one, because I glued a piece on the back here. Alright, let's look at how we did that. Now this is, okay, the butterfly, I'll show you that real quick, came from Sketch Butterfly Dies. So that's this one right here. So that's where our butterfly was from. Now, Wildflower Design, we use these two pieces, and it's this set, and I'm using these right here. And when you cut it, you'll get the scalloped outside. And if you will lay your, I'm going to layer these for you, if you'll lay this one right here in the middle, when you cut it, you have this border piece right here. So by running this through just like this, you end up with the scallop piece, this layer, and then you have this bigger piece. Now I thought, well, I'm cutting all those, I'm sure going to use them, I don't want to throw them away. This one we're going to use on the front. This is the one that I glued inside. I thought, well, why not frame that? We've got this piece, let's don't throw it away, let's use it. And then this piece, like I said, I used to cover the back. Now to make our little frame here floating, we're going to use a window sheet. And I used a piece that's 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's this piece on the back here. And I scored it down here to 1/2 inch. So see, I've got a little score right there. So it's 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let me take this off. Now I have already adhered my outside frame to this and just use little glue dots. That way they kind of disappear so you barely see them here. So, and you also have to remember that you want this flap under because we'll be gluing this to the card right here, and that needs to go down. So this is our front. So let's put our birthday wishes down first, and to do that I just put a little glue right here on the window sheet and just stuck this down right in the middle. Get this straight on here. Alright, so you just want to center it. That looks good right there. Whoop, slipped on me. You might need to hold it for a second, and you could use mini glue dots if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the green and white glue. Okay, well, it looks like it's holding now. And I guess while I'm here I could go ahead and pop my little butterfly on there. I'm just going to put a little glue on his belly and just pop him, let's see, let's have him flying up this way more, about like that. Okay, so we've got the front. Well, probably might not should have put that on there then. Okay, let's put this piece on. And this covers up all the little ugliness on the back and kind of gives it a more finished look. We'll let that set for a second. Now I've already adhered these two pieces together. And don't make the mistake of putting this piece down first, because you have to put this little flap under there. So if you, because we did make that mistake during class and we had to fix that. Okay, I think that's pretty well glued together. Should have done one ahead of time so it wouldn't be slippy slidey. Let me move that a hair. There we go. Alright, so let's put some glue dots right here on this flap. Okay, here's one. Glue dots are always so much fun to put on camera. And one more. Okay, I'm going to put one right next to it, right there. Okay, so we have our glue dots. You want to go about halfway down on your card, on the inside part, so, and do it right along the edge. So just stick that down right there. And then you want to put this piece down. This will cover up your flap and also hold it more securely. So I'm going to lay that right there. Okay, there we go. So this folds in, then this one folds on top, and I'm going to give it a little crease here. And we have our card. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? I thought, well, you know, when you get all the pieces down, probably the most complicated part is just doing this little part right here, but once you figure that out, and you could do it with the solid color back there and not fool with the window sheet and just make a solid piece there. But anyway, here's our card. Birthday wishes. Have a lovely day. And it's all made with Unbounded Beauty Designer paper and then our Wildflower Designs Dies. So I hope you like this card. Maybe you'll give it a try. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. So until next time, happy crafting.